Hey, movie lovers. Welcome to Hollywood Star Celebrity, the ultimate place for all things celeb. Today, we're taking you on a wild ride through The Hook, 1991, cast, then and now, 2025 style. Get ready to see where these iconic stars are today. Dustin Hoffman, Captain Hook. In Hook, 1991, Dustin Hoffman delivers a masterful performance as the infamous Captain Hook, a menacing yet oddly charismatic villain who's locked in a bitter feud with Peter Pan. With his sharp wit and impeccable screen presence, Hoffman brought the character to life in a way only he could. Born on August 8, 1937, in Los Angeles, Hoffman was 54 years old when he played Hook. Fast forward to 2025, and at 87 years old, Hoffman remains one of Hollywood's most respected and versatile actors, continuing to leave his mark on the industry. Bob Hoskins, Smee. Bob Hoskins played the lovable and loyal Smee, the kind-hearted right-hand man to Captain Hook. With his warmth and charm, Hoskins brought a touch of humanity to the character, making Smee one of the most endearing parts of the story. Born on October 26, 1942, in Berry Street, Edmonds, England, Hoskins was 49 years old when he portrayed the character. Sadly, he passed away on April 29, 2014, at the age of 71, due to complications from pneumonia. Though he's no longer with us, his unforgettable performances continue to resonate with audiences. Charlie Korsmo, Jack. Charlie Korsmo portrayed Jack, Peter Pan's son, a key figure in the story who is caught between the magic of childhood and the pull of growing up. With his youthful energy and compelling performance, Korsmo captured the innocence and bravery of the character. Born on July 20, 1978, in Fargo, North Dakota, Korsmo was just 13 years old when he played Jack. Now, at 47 years old in 2025, Korsmo has stepped away from acting and pursued a successful career in law, showing that his talents extend far beyond the screen. Amber Scott, Maggie. Amber Scott played Maggie, Peter Pan's daughter, whose sweet innocence and courage played a pivotal role in reawakening her father's forgotten sense of adventure. As the young, hopeful child caught in the battle between good and evil, Scott's performance was both heartwarming and unforgettable. Born on October 10 in the USA, Scott was around 7 years old during filming. Now, at 34 in 2025, she's largely stayed out of the spotlight, living a more private life, but her role as Maggie continues to hold a special place in the hearts of fans. Phil Collins, Inspector Good. In Hook, 1991, Phil Collins plays Inspector Good, a no-nonsense, sharp-witted officer who is tasked with assisting Robin Williams' Peter Banning in the search for the missing children, kidnapped by the infamous Captain Hook. As the ever-diligent inspector, Collins adds a touch of humor and sincerity to the role, giving his character a quirky but dependable charm. At the time of filming, Collins was 40 years old, and as of 2025, he is now 74, still revered for his legendary career as a musician and actor. Robin Williams, Peter Banning. In this iconic role, Robin Williams portrays Peter Banning, a grown-up version of the adventurous boy who once lived in Neverland. Now a successful but overworked corporate lawyer, Peter has lost touch with his youthful imagination and sense of wonder. When his children are kidnapped, he must rediscover the spirit of his past self, embracing the playful, brave boy inside him to confront Captain Hook. At the time of filming, Williams was 40 years old. Now, in 2025, though he has tragically passed away at the age of 63, his legacy lives on through his unforgettable performances, including this one. Laurel Cronin, Liza. Laurel Cronin plays Liza, the warm-hearted and supportive wife of Peter Banning, who stands by him as he grapples with the return to Neverland and the kidnapping of their children. Liza is a loving mother, grounded and pragmatic, yet she encourages Peter to reconnect with the magic and adventure of his past. At the time of filming, she was 51 years old. Sadly, she passed away just a year after the film's release, at the age of 53, due to cancer. Her work continues to be remembered for its heartfelt authenticity and grace. Arthur Malet, Tootles. Arthur Malet plays Tootles, a kind-hearted and slightly forgetful member of the Lost Boys who serves as a link to Peter's past. Now elderly, Tootles has long since lost his memories of Neverland but retains a deep, wistful connection to the magical world. His role adds an emotional depth to the film, showing that even as time passes, the magic of childhood never truly fades. At the time of filming, Malet was 64 years old. He passed away in 2013 at the age of 85, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances in both film and television. Isaiah Robinson, Pockets. Isaiah Robinson plays Pockets, one of the spirited and cheeky Lost Boys, known for his quick wit and sense of fun. As a member of the group, Pockets brings a sense of mischief and loyalty, always ready to help Peter rediscover the magic of his childhood. At the time of filming, Robinson was just 8 years old. Now, in 2025, he's 42 and has continued to make an impact in the entertainment world, though his role as Pockets remains one of his most memorable. Dante Basco, Rufio. In Hook, 1991, Dante Basco portrays Rufio, the charismatic leader of the Lost Boys, a rebellious and fiery young warrior who becomes Peter Pan's unlikely ally. With his signature mohawk and fiery spirit, Rufio stands out as a brave, confident, and sometimes defiant figure, embodying the complex mix of youth, courage, and vulnerability. At the time of filming, Basco was around 16 years old, bringing an intensity and energy that made Rufio unforgettable. Fast forward to 2025, and Basco is now 49 years old, continuing his career as an actor, voice artist, and advocate for representation in Hollywood. Maggie Smith, Granny Wendy. Maggie Smith plays Granny Wendy, an older, wise version of the beloved Wendy Darling. As Peter Pan's former companion, she now lives in London, gently reminding Peter of the magic of his past, while also offering a sense of comfort and wisdom to her grandchildren. With grace and a hint of nostalgia, she bridges the gap between the world of Neverland and the adult world Peter must return to. At the time of filming, Smith was in her mid-50s, effortlessly bringing depth to a role that balanced both maternal warmth and the sorrow of lost time. Sadly, Maggie Smith passed away in 2024 at the age of 89, but her legacy as a remarkable actress lives on. Alex Zuckerman, Latchboy. Alex Zuckerman plays Latchboy, one of the mischievous lost boys who adds a layer of humor and chaos to the group. Though he's not the leader like Rufio, Latchboy's playful antics and loyalty to Peter Pan make him a memorable part of the gang. His youthful energy brings levity to the more serious moments, contributing to the fun dynamic of the Lost Boys tribe. At the time of filming, Zuckerman was a young teen, around 12 years old, bringing a natural charm and excitement to the role. Now, in 2025, Zuckerman is in his early 40s, continuing his career in acting with a mix of notable roles and memorable performances from his youth. Thomas Tulak, Too Small. Thomas Tulak plays Too Small, the youngest and smallest of the Lost Boys, who, despite his size, proves that bravery and heart have no limits. With his innocent charm and unwavering loyalty, Too Small brings a sense of hope and optimism to the group, showing that even the smallest among us can make a big impact. At the time of filming, Tulak was just 7 years old, radiating the pure energy and sweetness of a child caught in the magic of Neverland. Now, at 41 years old in 2025, Tulak has stepped away from acting, but his role remains a fond memory for fans of the film. Caroline Goodall, Moira. Caroline Goodall portrays Moira, Peter Pan's wife, who is caught between the ordinary world and the extraordinary history of her husband's past. As a loving, supportive partner and mother, Moira is both grounded and understanding, even when faced with the incredible challenge of reconnecting her husband with his long-lost memories. At the time of filming, Goodall was in her early 30s, bringing a fresh yet mature warmth to the role. Now, at 65 years old in 2025, she continues to have a successful career, appearing in both film and television while maintaining her legacy as a talented and versatile actress. Roshan Hammond, Thud Butt. Roshan Hammond plays Thud Butt, a large, lovable lost boy who may not be the sharpest, but his heart is as big as his size. With a mix of humor and innocence, Thud Butt is a gentle giant who's always ready to stand by his friends, even if his enthusiasm sometimes causes a bit of trouble. At the time of filming, Hammond was around 9 years old, bringing an endearing charm to the role. Now, at 43 years old in 2025, Hammond has stepped away from acting, but his performance as Thud Butt remains a nostalgic and beloved part of the film for fans. James Madio, Don't Ask. In Hook, 1991, James Madio plays Don't Ask, a scrappy and enthusiastic member of the Lost Boys who quickly bonds with Robin Williams' Peter Banning. His character, full of youthful energy, adds humor and charm to the group as they rally around their mission to rescue Peter's children from Captain Hook. At the time of filming, Madio was 15 years old, bringing a raw, vibrant edge to the role. Now, at 49 years old, in 2025, Madio has continued his career in Hollywood, with roles in both film and television, still resonating with fans of his early work. Julia Roberts, Tinkerbell. Julia Roberts plays Tinkerbell, the spirited and feisty fairy, who has a complex relationship with Peter Pan. Her character, while small in stature, holds a big presence, guarding her own emotions and fiercely protecting the Lost Boys. With a hint of jealousy toward Peter's adult life, Tinker Bell is both a loyal ally and a reminder of the magic Peter once had. At 23 during filming, Roberts brought a perfect balance of vulnerability and strength to the role. Now, at 57, in 2025, she remains a global icon, having captivated audiences in a wide range of roles, with her charm and talent still very much alive in her ongoing career. Jason Fisher Ace. In Hook, 1991, Jason Fisher played the role of Ace, a feisty and courageous lost boy who stands out for his energy and loyalty to Peter Pan. As a child actor, Fisher brought a sense of mischief and bravery to the role, showing his determination to fight alongside the other lost boys against Captain Hook. At the time of filming, Fisher was around 11 years old. Now, in 2025, he's 45 years old, having since moved on from acting, but leaving a lasting mark with his memorable performance in this beloved classic. That's a wrap for today's video. If you love this deep dive, smash that like button, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more epic content. Tell us in the comments which movie you want to see next. Catch you in the next one.